What's going on, YouTube? So I'm making this real quick video, and no, I'm not selling out. No, I'm not siding with the LDBC. No, I'm not becoming a Wilder fan, but I do want to say this. People, I have the same problems with Deontay Wilder that everybody does. All the detractors, I agree with them, but at the same time, I have to step to the side and disagree. At some point in time, people who claim to be unbiased are becoming very biased or against this one in particular person. And I can understand the reasoning, but you got to look at it like this. Since Luis Ortiz, he fought Tyson Fury. Now, people could argue that Tyson Fury just got off the couch, even though he did not just get off the couch. He had two warm-up fights. I felt like Tyson Fury came back too soon to fight him. But regardless, he had two warm-up fights. It wasn't his first fight back when Wilder fought him. Wilder was getting severely out. Well, let's not even get a Fury. Let's go back to Ortiz real fast. Ortiz was outboxing Deontay Wilder, almost had Deontay Wilder knocked out. And this is the argument that I really hate hearing from people. Whether they agree with my views or disagree with my views, I hate this argument. The referee saved the fighter. The referee gave the fighter too much time. People will argue that the referee let Wilder regain his awareness as he was talking to him and gave him too much time so he could recover. I don't agree with that at all. Here's the deal. If Deontay Wilder was that hurt, was that out of it, was that distraught, then no amount of time, when we're talking about short little minutes, would have got him fully recovered. No, the bottom line was Ortiz blew his load. Whether the referee would have taken the extra time or not, Wilder would have still ended up finishing because Ortiz had nothing left. He had nothing left. He hit him with everything he could hit him with. And what I can say about Deontay Wilder, what I will give him is in the ring, he has a lot of heart. There's been several times now that he has been outboxed, but he still fights to the end. He doesn't lay down. He doesn't give up. He will fight to the end. And for that, I give him 1,000% credit because that takes a lot to have the heart to go through the attrition of being beat on but continuing to fight and then finding a way to win. See, people could, and even I say that technically Deontay Wilder is bad. But let's flip this to an analogy. Technically, Tebow was a bad quarterback, but the motherfucker won. That's all that matters at the end of the day. Your style, technique, beautiful, ugly, masterpiece like Mayweather, knockout killer like Tyson, it does not matter. If you win, that's all that matters. If he has one hand, that right that he puts him out with, and that's all he needs, it doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, you could be the best boxer in the world, but if you get your ass knocked the fuck out, you're not a better boxer. Doesn't matter. You're not more skilled. You know why? Because that powerful shot that he throws is still skill. It's God-given, gifted skill. And if his one punch can shut down everything these other fighters have going for them, then they're not the better fighter. The better fighter at the end of the day is a guy that wins. Whether it's pretty or ugly, it's the guy that wins. Now, I will agree his competition has been not on the up and up, but now look at what you have going on now. Ortiz, he fought through attrition, beat him. Tyson Fury. I felt like Tyson Fury won the fight, but with that being said, even up to the 12th round, Deontay Wilder was still trying to win to the point where he almost knocked Tyson Fury out. He almost had the fight in a handbag. He almost had it in a handbag. And I'm going to get back to the referee saving because people like to say that Tyson Fury was saved by the referee. No, he wasn't. Because what you got to look at is what do they do after they're back in the fight. With Ortiz, Wilder came on to dominate. With Fury, he came on in the 12th round, in my opinion, to win the rest of the round. So you can't really say the referee saved them because these couple little seconds they give them, 30 seconds, 60 seconds, is nothing. If you're really out that bad, you're not going to recover that fast. So as I said, getting back to Deontay Wilder, now he's going against Dominic Brazil. But he didn't want to fight Dominic Brazil. It was a mandatory pushing him by the WBC, although I felt like Dillian White should have got that shot. Still, he has to fight him because it's a mandatory, but he didn't want that fight. He was begging and pleading for Tyson Fury. So that right there shows that he wants to fight the best. Now, we'll get to AJ in a minute. He wants to fight the best that he can fight. And he was begging to fight Tyson Fury in the rematch. Got pissed off that he didn't get his rematch that he felt like he wanted because he wanted to prove that knocking him down was not a fluke. And I don't believe it was a fluke. Like I've said in my past video, Deontay Wilder knocked him down twice. In both times, he barely clipped him. What hurt Tyson Fury in the 12th round was after he got clipped, he got banged on the way down. But both times he got put on his ass was just by graze, what initially started, which means that it's not a fluke. All Deontay Wilder had to do was crisp up his punches and he could put Tyson Fury away. Because if Tyson Fury makes one mistake, and it's proven now from the first round to the 12th round, no matter if he outboxes Wilder or not, Wilder can't take him out. Now, with that being said, Tyson Fury was the one that said that he needed a warm-up, which shows that Tyson Fury did not want the fight. So you can't hold that against Wilder. Now, with Dominic Brazil, I'm going to do a breakdown of this fight. I feel like that Wilder will beat Dominic Brazil because Dominic Brazil, although he is very durable, he catches too many punches with his face. And I'll get into that. Now, we have Anthony Joshua. Here's the thing, okay? I really had to think about this DAZN deal, right? So, Deontay Wilder went back to only making $2 million, which he's used to making. That's all he gets paid because he doesn't sell out arenas and he can't sell pay-per-views. So, he's back to making $2 million. He turned down a $100 million three-fight contract. He could have got $20 million for Dominic Brazil, and I believe it was $40 million for the first Joshua fight, $40 million for the second Joshua fight. But at the end of the day, I'm changing my mind on this fight. Not in the sense that I believe Wilder has a shot because I believe AJ is going to blitz him out unless Wilder can put on weight and Wilder can improve his skill set against somebody like Joshua. But I believe a 50-50 split on this fight, especially if they do it twice, will be a lot more than $40 million. And at the end of the day, a 50-50 split will be more than the $100 million contract in two fights that he would have got from the DAZN. Because if the first fight is competitive, or if it's a fight of the year situation where he knocks AJ down, AJ gets up, knocks him down, he gets up, and it's just fireworks, then that right there could be the biggest heavyweight fight in who knows how long in the rematch. Because either way, if the guy wants it, they're going to have to rematch because they both have a belt. So there's going to be a rematch clause no matter who wins. So it's going to get ran back. So the point is, and that's if, what happens if AJ wins the first time, loses the second time? Well, now they're going to have a third one. So there could be 3 fights back to back because they all have titles. So there'll always be a rematch until one can win twice. So, like I said, I'm starting to see the point of Wilder, why he wants the 50-50 split, because it'll actually be more money in it. And I could see that. Do I think he has a shot? No. Was this video made to boost up Deontay Wilder and give him praise? No. But at least the man is trying now to take on harder competition with like Tyson Fury. And I know he got a lot of flack for saying he wanted to fight Klitschko, but even this shows you his drive to want to prove that he's the best. And what I mean by that is, yes, I have said it on one of my live chats that it would be dumb for Klitschko to come back, and he sure as hell didn't deserve a $100 million contract from DAZN or $80 million, however much it was, because the man has lost 2 fights in the last 4 years. By the time he'll fight again, it's going to be 5 to 6 years coming off of 2 losses with only 2 fights. You know what I mean? Like, it'd have been a dumb contract, but I can understand why Deontay Wilder would want to fight him. A lot of people could say, oh, he's trying to catch him while he's coming off the couch, like Tyson Fury, even though that wasn't true about Tyson Fury. No, what it's got to do with is, from how I've heard it and understand it from articles that I've read, Klitschko was beating him up in training camp, was beating him up every time they sparred. And that's how Wilder remembers Klitschko, getting beat up by him. So the fact that he wants to fight a man who was beating him up shows you that he has that drive to be the best. Now, with all this being said, yes, I do believe he is scared of AJ. I do believe deep down inside he knows AJ will floor him, will knock him out. I personally, with the state of the heavyweight division right now, I would say that I see Deontay Wilder tied for third with Tyson Fury, depending on how the rematch goes. But my order of ranking of the top four would be Anthony Joshua, Dillian White, Wilder, Fury for three, Wilder, Fury for four. That's the top four in the world for me. And I will put Pulev fifth, although I do believe Pulev would be a very hard match for AJ. I don't know if AJ could beat Pulev, but that's my ranking of the top five, we'll say. Pulev at fifth, Wilder at 4 or 3, Fury at 4 or 3, Dillian White at 2, AJ at 1. But I mean, all the unnecessary hate and the duck comments and all of this, I can understand where it's coming from. And I have been very hard on Deontay Wilder because he's got such a sloppy style, because I feel like he's fought a bunch of tomato cans. But what we can say is, at least with this fight coming up, his last 3 fights now, he has fought top 10 contenders. He has. So at some point, if he keeps winning, no matter how ugly he looks, no matter if it looks like he's swimming without water, you got to give him the lifeguard award, because he's doing it. And no matter how bad it looks, if all he needs is to catch you with that one hand, at the end of the day, he beats you. It's like having a street fight with somebody and you get tagged by that person 20 times, then you hit them once and they get knocked out. What are they going to do? Wake up and be like, oh, well, I was schooling them up to the point that I got knocked out. Nah, bro, you got knocked the fuck out. You lost. You're not as good. But he whooped you. Even though you hit him more, he still whooped you because you went to sleep and he walked away. So that's how I see it. I'm hoping that Wilder can improve, because I would love to see an American champion be at the top tier like we used to have. I don't per se say Wilder's going to be that guy. I'm curious to see if he can put on weight. I'm curious to see if he can get cleaner with his technique. But at the same time, it's one of the things where you got to say, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. You don't want to change him so much to where he gets too reluctant to throw punches. Kind of like another football analogy. Michael Vick got too scared to run out the pocket, so he tried to turn into a quarterback over a running back, and his game suffered because of it. So my whole point of this whole video was, technique is amazing, but some of the greatest fighters ever had horrible technique. Prime example, Roy Jones Jr., my personal favorite all-time fighter, pound for pound, who I think is the best. But technically, Roy Jones was horrible. Technically, what Roy Jones did was something that nobody should ever do. Technically. But because he was so God-gifted with speed and reaction time and agility, nobody could touch him, and he would hit them before they even knew they were hit. Roy Jones would knock people out and their body wouldn't even know they were knocked out. So that's my point. Sometimes God-gifted ability is greater than technique. And when that happens, you can't say that this person has bad technique, because their God-gifted ability, whether it be one punch, quick reaction time to where you can't hit them, that is their technique. So that's all I wanted to say. Once again, this is not to praise Deontay Wilder, because at the end of the day, I believe that AJ will floor him. I believe that Dillian White would beat him even faster than AJ. But I do think that if he beats dominant Brazil, people like me and other people, we need to start giving this man some credit. That's all I wanted to say.